we've invited Todd Kerin. Todd was our gracious host at the groundbreaking. He is president of Machine Tool Supply. Todd gets it. The first day I met Todd, I came out of the meeting, I finally met somebody who understands what I'm talking about on a fiber. And your business is at what, 25 employees?
32.
36, 32 employees? This is the size business that we're going after, which is really unique. You know, we're not going after the Thomson Reuters like everybody else and the Blue Cross and Blue Shield. We have a product for them, but that's when we get to the residents. This is the market that we're really targeting because these are the people who are getting left behind. And they're the ones that we really think need the benefits. So I've asked Todd to kind of say a few words, kind of in his words, what this is going to mean to his business as far as what we're doing. So Todd, appreciate it.
Well, thanks. Thank you. I made just some quick notes this morning. I talked to, just a little bit of background. My brother Troy and I bought Machine Tool Supply about 7 years ago, and have been pretty active trying to grow, and we were very successful up until about 18 months ago when things kind of went south, and so we're trying to build things back up and things are getting better. But I put a phone call in this morning to the two gentlemen who really ran Machine Tool Supply for the 35 years prior to us getting there, and just kind of picked their brains a little bit and put some dates and things down, just some really interesting historical facts to kind of put your mind in a perspective for what fiber is and where this whole thing is set up. It was 1978 that Machine Tool Supply moved into the building that we're in now. From what I understand, the Opus building and a couple other companies were there, but otherwise it was farmland pretty much is all that it was. Of course, the phone service was provided in 1978 by AT&T. At that point, we're still 4 years away from the breakup of the AT&T Reeboks. So that's all there was. It was AT&T then. Just to put your mind, a little frame of reference, Microsoft was founded 3 years earlier when they were up to 11 employees in 1978. For those, the Eagan people, there were 18,000 residents at that time who were anxiously awaiting the completion of the southern part of 35E so they could get over the river, and as I understand it, that was called the New River Crossing back in 1978. So, so back then, the connectivity that we had for our phone system was AT&T, and that physical connection, as far as I know, is the same one we have today. So if you think about 1978, that's what we're on today. That's a long way back, and we really need to get up to speed. So now today, thanks to Jim and Ron and Velocity, and some capitalism and a free market where we can choose, choose the product and the service that we want. Now we've got that opportunity to do so with Velocity, and so we've got some other choices in our area rather than being stuck with what we have, which is old and really not exactly what we need. So just, I've been asked several times now, what exactly is Machine Tool Supply going to get out of this? And I'll just try to go through these quickly. Usually I don't speak at all, so I feel like I'm talking the longest here. So obviously, when most people hear fiber, the first thought that comes to mind is faster internet. The web browsing is faster, which is true, but that's not even close to what fiber connectivity is about. Really, number one on my list is the higher capacity and specifically the reliability of the ring topology that Velocity is putting in. Again, when I was talking to our former owners, when all the development was going on, every time they saw a backhoe ready to build a building, it was everybody on notice because we're about to lose our phone service. With the ring topology, the self-healing reliability, we don't care anymore. Go ahead and cut our fiber over there because we'll just go that way. It doesn't bother us.
That's because you got it,
right?
For you it's bad, for me I don't mind because I just go the other way. Certainly number one is disaster recovery. With the high capacity reliability of the fiber, I can take my backups and just shoot them off sites, what we're calling now cloud storage. And so I don't need to invest in tape drives and new tape drives every 3 months, and I don't have to have somebody take the tapes out of the computers and take them home with them and spill coffee on them and ruin them. And so now it's all off-site, it's reliable, it's stored in Tier 4 data centers, so I know it's reliable, it's there, and I can sleep comfortably knowing that that's all done, and it all comes at a lower cost as well. Certainly, server co-location. I've got servers in my building that I have to update every 3 or 4 or 5, 6 years. I have to pay maintenance cost on them. I have to pay somebody to watch them. As a small business, I can't afford to have a server administrator and a printer person and all these people on staff. I'm too small to afford it. So co-locating everything at some place that has the reliability, has the backup power, has the people on staff to maintain it, again, I can sleep soundly knowing that the servers are safe. And if something happens to my building, that's all right. I know all my data is off-site and I can access it from anywhere I want.
Oh, by the way, his phones, all we need to do is take them to another location, plug them in, and they'll work. So
that was number 4.
Oh, that's number 4. I'll just let him talk.
And he's absolutely right. Right now, we pay nominally $400 a month for hardware maintenance on our phone system. And that's just ongoing cost. They're circuit boards, so it's just an expensive technology to maintain. With the virtual office product and plugging the phones into our network, and then the network just being a continuation out the fiber to the Velocity servers, I don't need to pay that anymore. So now I'm saving $500–600 a month rather than paying people to maintain it and the maintenance costs involved. And again, something happens to our facility, that's all right. Just take your phone home with you and we'll just work from home and log on, and we're all just like we were.
So now we've cut the fiber and we've destroyed your facility.
and I'm still happy. Obviously, the reliability, I've kind of touched on the whole working off-site thing with high-speed, reliable bandwidth and network. I can have people work off-site. I mean, we all know it in Minnesota, driving an hour and 45 minutes to work and 3.5 hours home with that first snow. People call in, stay home. I gain 6 hours of productivity per person. It's way more cost effective for me to just stay at home. And again, with reliability, high capacity fiber, that's what we'll choose to do. Obviously, just the bandwidth of fiber is certainly worth mentioning. The scalability of it, I don't need anywhere near what fiber can provide. I can grow 10 times the size I am now and still have plenty of capacity there. I guess that's about it. So
I do want to say one thing. We gave him a phone so he could take it on vacation with him. Yeah. And he said, well, what do I have to do? I said, just take it down and plug it in. So he was down in Florida at his parents' house, I believe, plugged the phone into a Time Warner broadband connection down there, and his phone came up, worked just like he was sitting in his office. So pretty amazing tool.
And I'm a disbeliever too. I ran networks for much larger companies, and the one thing I know is that nothing's going to work the first time. It's not going to. And so I took the phone with me, thinking I'll try it. It's not going to work, and I'll come back and see what's wrong with it. But to my amazement, I plugged this thing in, plugged the power in, and booted it up, and I picked it up, and there's downtime. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It just can't be that easy. And obviously, it won't be that easy all the time. Sorry, we'll have bumps in the road, but the fact that Velocity has that product built like that, where it can work first time out of the box, is pretty amazing. So it's congratulations to you guys for building a great product in virtual.
Thanks. We really appreciate you being a customer.